I'll be honest, I had been sleeping on Donghua. I used to think that the 3D CGI thing was not my thing, but after watching this 8 highly recommended Donghua, I became a believer. Whether it's the Immortal King trying to pass a high school or an assassin who is too nice to kill. So let's get right into the top 8 highly recommended Donghua. Let's get it. Before we get right into it, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on the next top tier list that I am going to create. Coming in on number 8, full-time Magister. In a world where magic is the only defense against devastating beasts, Morphan is an outcast labeled as a laughingstock. But while others master one element, Morphan defies the laws of magic by wielding two. Armed with fire and lightning, he aims to rise from a poor laborer's son to a legendary mage to secure his family's future. So Morphan struggles to get into magic school. He failed the entrance exam, gets into the school of his dreams, but when he was tested for magic, he realized that he had both fire and lightning, but it was like a rare element to wield in this universe. So he decided to hide it and just show people hey, I have fire. I'm not weak and useless. So that's what he did. So the storyline of this is really interesting. It had me on a chokehold in the first episode. I was watching it and I was really intrigued, and I want to see how it plays out. So let's move on to number 7, Link Click. Oh, I'm gonna butcher these names, I'm so sorry. Cheng and Luguan can enter photos to relive the past, but changing even the smallest detail risks a butterfly effect that could ruin the present. Operating out of a small Photoshop, they take on dangerous clients' requests to uncover secrets hidden in still frames. But as the mission hits closer to home, staying objective becomes the hardest challenge yet. So, upon watching this, Cheng and Lu are a really interesting character. They're literally the opposite of each other. Cheng is the one who enters the photos, and Lu Gang is the one who guides him and instructs him on what to do. But upon watching this, the very first episode, you see how very different that they are. That one of them is guided by their feelings and wants to be reckless and do things for the person that they jumped into the body of and try to make their life better. But the other one is more level-headed. But Lu Gang is more level-headed, and he is the one who instructs him and tells him, yo, just follow the rules, don't interfere in anybody's life, don't do anything to make it better or worse. But sometimes he fails and sometimes he succeeds. So the storytelling was so beautifully done. I feel that the animation was also good too, and I feel like the opposite characters from Cheng and Lu were really interesting to watch, how they butt heads and how they try to work together despite how different that they are personality-wise. That links us to number 6, the life of the Immortal King. Wang Ling appears to be a mediocre high schooler, but he actually possesses enough power to destroy the world. To keep his force in check, he wears a magic amulet that suppresses his ability. However, the seal is failing, and his own emotions are making it break faster. Now Wang Ling and his father must find a way to repair the amulet before his powers consume everything. Now, Wang Ling is one of those just OP characters that are aloof and don't give a fuck about anything else but the one thing that they're supposed to do, keep their powers in check. Having that type of mindset and being put in a social hierarchical place like a high school is really interesting to watch, because all this nigga cares about is just, I want to do the list and be the most unassuming student here. He's trying his best, but it's so funny to see the more he tries to not be involved in other people's business, the more involved he is. So let's go into number 5, Fog Hill of 5 Elements. A legend tells that a long time ago, monsters could give the ability to certain elected officials to master the 5 elements, but for that you have to go through the dangerous foggy mountains. We follow the adventures of one of those selected officials. So, Fog Hills of 5 Elements. At first, when I was watching this, I thought that the anime looked the animation looked kind of weird because I was not used to that art style. But after getting past that, the fight scenes are impeccable, and I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. So the storyline is kind of interesting. You kind of want to see like what happens next. So the storyline is good. The pacing is actually really great because we get to see a lot of the story develop even in the first episode. So I highly recommend this if you are trying to watch something with an interesting storyline. Let's go on to number 4, To Be Hero X. Oof, my favorite. In a world where trust is literal currency, people's fate is tracked as data on their wrist. Accumulating through trust points grants ordinary citizens superpowers. But there's a catch. Trust is fickle. As values fluctuate, a hero's powers can vanish in an instant, making the path to becoming the legendary Hero X dangerous and unpredictable. So the story doesn't just follow Ling Ling, it follows other characters, and you can see the complexity of each character, and there are some you root for and some you just don't like. Number 3, Scissor 7 has the skills to be deadly, but he is too nice to actually kill anyone. Armed with telekinetic scissors and shifting abilities, he spends more time botching his hits than completing them. Alongside his who balances a day job as a barber with a quest to recover his past. He might be a failed hunter but has a hero's heart. Out of every recommendation that I have watched, this is by far the funniest thing ever. When it comes to like fight scenes, it's not that epic or incredible, but you can see what they're trying to do with this. They focus more on like the comedic effects and Wu being a complete moron half of the time when he's going out on missions. Number 2, Lord of Mysteries. In a Victorian world of steam dreadnoughts and occult horrors, Zhu awakens as Clan Mority. He walks a razor edge between light and darkness. This is a legend of unlimited potential and unspoken danger. The first thing that I noticed when watching The Lord of Mysteries is the animation. It's so beautiful and crisp. It's so beautiful to look at. I love the Victorian vibe of this anime, and I love the pacing and storytelling of this. Not much to say about this one. You just have to go and watch for yourself and see so you don't miss out on peak. So let's go to the last one. Number 1, Super Cube. After gaining a high-tech superpower cube from a cosmic civilization, ordinary student Wang's life is turned upside down. When his crush, Xian, is kidnapped by a mysterious being, Wang must master his new powers to rescue her. His journey takes him across the universe, transforming him from an average boy to a legendary hero fighting for justice. Super Cube is actually pretty interesting. I haven't finished watching it yet. I'm a couple of episodes in, but I feel like it's a really good, it's well animated, well written, and the storyline is actually pretty interesting. If you have any more suggestions on really good Donghua, I'd like to read it in the comments down below. So make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss on the next list that I am working on, and I will see you on the next one.